Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome back to Watching Chickies. Now here on day 164 of our broadcast. Oh, hello there, Braveheart. Hello. Our lovely hen Braveheart had yet another egg today. She's such a good girl. That is 6 eggs in 6 days, which for an ayam cemeni is quite nuts. The chickies are having a nice meal over there. The pellets have proven in the past day or so to be a little bit too tough for the chickies. So we put the pellets through a food processor there and have broken them down so the chickies can more easily get a little bit of a meal. They didn't go hungry yesterday. They, along with the pellets, they also had a collection of carrots, seeds. They had some Japanese. Oh, Stormy, such a happy boy. Yeah. All those pellets are broken down for you now, my lad. Now there you go, a few happy chickies just eating their food. Over here in brown and gold, we have our onagadori hen named Kagome. In black, we have our ayam cemeni hen named Braveheart. And in gray, we have our little silky rooster named Stormy. And memento mori, welcome to the stream. And yes, they do seem a lot happier with these pulverized pellets. Guess they weren't quite ready to eat the sort of adult-sized food. They definitely like something more bite-sized, and in this case, kind of more powdery, so they don't need to break it down themselves. And they're definitely showing a lot more interest. This morning I had to clean up more pellets than not from the floor. They just kind of strewed them about before. And this way we'll save a lot of food, so we won't have to get rid of it when we sweep. Because, you know, when the food gets mixed up with their droppings, then that food's no longer good anymore. So it needs to be thrown out with the rest. So a little bit less waste for the chickies this way. It's easier for them to eat. They are happier, and we are happier. There you go, Braveheart. She's such a hungry girl, but she is producing an egg a day. So, you know, I could see why she needs the extra nutrition there. Since I was putting this through the food processor anyway, I did also throw in a few not sesame seeds, the sunflower seeds that they usually find more difficult. So they have a few different textures to deal with. Oh, that's quite interesting there, Memento Mori. You were listening to NPR this morning, and someone was saying how chickens don't like to be touched or held and don't give or like affection. And yeah, I think our little chickens are proof of the opposite. I mean, it's really just a difference of how you raise them. The person who was on NPR might have just been talking about chickens that were raised in the farm, that didn't really have much in the way of hand-to-hand human contact. I mean, I'd definitely be willing to give a little rebuttal on NPR over that. And Kagome is having a good morning here, and her tail feathers look so pretty today. There you go, Miss Kagome. There's like a little sheen to them. She was yelling at me earlier this morning when she was just dealing with the pellets. But she has quieted down so nicely. So I think I have basically come down to her demands of easier food. And she is a pleased little chickie. And Roni Baloney, thank you for the Wholesome Award there. Much appreciated. Oh, and being an NPR correspondent, that would be a lovely position. I think I might have the right temperament for that. No, it's really lovely just seeing these three just share a nice meal together. Crying guitar. I was inspired to get the chickens after seeing my uncle raised chickens when I was a kid. He raised a variety of different birds, chickens, budgies, ducks, and I've seen friends raise chickens, and during this quarantine, during all the events that happened this year, we saw our opportunity to get our own little flock, so we decided to go for it after doing some research, after getting the supplies, and they have proven to be quite lovely little pets. Luckily, we live on a property that allows us to be able to have chickens. Not everyone has that opportunity. There are some places where laws and regulations, along with space, kind of just preclude that. And so far, they've been quite happy. We have made sure to have their health and safety as our utmost priority here. They have all grown nicely. They haven't been sick. They haven't gotten injured. We've kept them safe from predators. We've kept them warm. We've kept them fed. So, all in all, these are pretty well-off little chickens. They are just doing so nicely. And we actually did have a few of Braveheart's eggs for Thanksgiving. We had a Japanese-themed Thanksgiving, and Lauren made some soy sauce or ramen eggs out of some of Braveheart's eggs. And they were some of the best ramen eggs I've ever had in my life. They definitely had a much creamier texture than I've ever had at a restaurant. It was quite a lovely little experience. Stormy was quite the adventurous little guy today. This morning, Stormy almost managed to successfully mate with Braveheart. He actually got onto Braveheart's back. But then he kind of lost his balance and he kind of tumbled away. So it was his closest ever attempt. And yeah, it was quite something. It caught me off guard. I think it caught Braveheart a little bit off guard. So yeah, maybe within the next couple of weeks, he'll actually manage to properly mate with Braveheart. I think part of the problem was I don't think even Stormy expected that he would get that far. He tried to keep holding on to Braveheart's feathers even after he had fallen off, but Braveheart at that point was like, no, you missed your chance, and just kind of walked away. He doesn't have the best balance out of all of our little chickens. I guess that can be partially attributed to his fur-like feathers. But, it's a good indicator that he will eventually manage it. I think Braveheart might make a nice little mother. We'll see if she starts to develop any actual brooding instinct. At the moment, what she does is she lays her eggs, and then she just kind of walks away from them. She likes to lay her eggs kind of mid-morning, and then she doesn't give them any attention. She doesn't sit on them. She doesn't brood over them. She doesn't really look at them. She's just reacting when she looks at me. It's like, oh, hey, Dad, this came out my butt, and now I'm over here eating. Okay, bye. And we'll see, maybe after Stormy starts mating with her a bit more, if she starts to develop that sort of instinct, if it starts to kick in. Otherwise, we will probably, if we want some chicks in the future, we will have to get an incubator. And we might need to hand raise any future chicks, just like we did with these guys. And Miscellaneous Vanilla, thank you for the helpful award there. That's much appreciated. And yes, Kagome occasionally pecks at Stormy because Kagome is our little alpha hen right there. And Stormy, well, he's Stormy. I think he's about to try to mate with Braveheart, and Braveheart saw that look in his eyes. Oh dear, oh dear. Little honk from Kagome there. But Braveheart's just taking a nice little drink of water. beak full, and then head back. I always love seeing the little chickens drink. It's always just so peaceful. And crying guitar. Well, regal is one way to describe Stormy there. I like just to call him my fuzzy little guy. He definitely almost has like a punk, almost glam rocker look from the 80s. And they are all lovely examples of just their breeds here. The silkie breed, the onagadori, and the ayam cemeni. So, I try to start streaming at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, though today I started about 15 minutes late because just the cleanup got away from me. There were a lot more pellets for me to clean up this morning that the chickies had strewn about, and this was my first time pulverizing pellets for their food. So I try to get on at about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we usually go on to about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the max to give the chickens more time to be outside in their outdoor coop. Oh, and I did forget to bring a glass of water today. I will remember tomorrow, memento mori. Oh dear, I always forget something. Oh, and Stormy has the most wonderful little just furry coat on at all times with his lovely feathers. Kissin' Cousin, thank you for the wholesome award there. Much appreciated. So Arbitrator 06, that is a good question. So why is Stormy favoring Braveheart instead of Kagome? Now, our little Stormy has made a few attempts to mate with Kagome as well. But Kagome, as the leader of our flock, as the little alpha chicken, has told him in no uncertain terms each time he tries to mate with her, no. She just kind of pecks him back around the neck here. He usually lowers his head to acknowledge her dominance, and then he just goes away without trying anything else. Braveheart, on the other hand, she's a little bit more of a gentle soul. She doesn't really try to assert her own authority over Stormy. Instead, what she does is she either just tries to run away, or she just kind of hops away from our Stormy, just getting to a higher level. She just doesn't really have it in her to have a confrontation with him. For her, discretion is the better part of valor. So in gray, for those of you who might have missed it, is our silky rooster named Stormy. In black is our ayam cemeni hen named Braveheart. And in brown and gold is our onagadori hen named Kagome right there. The onagadori is an endangered breed of chicken from Japan. The ayam cemeni has hyperpigmentation, which means this black coloration goes all the way down to her bones. And of course, our little silky Stormy, well, he's covered in these soft fur-like feathers his whole life. There we go. Oh yes, Stormy has a brilliant, he has these brilliant blue spots right where his ears are that are quite fetching, along with his lovely gray coloration. I do like his little fuzzy pants, and you know, he's quite the looker for a little rooster. Oh, well, you know, your rooster's probably a bit bigger than my rooster. Stormy is not the biggest chicken of our flock. That distinction goes to our Braveheart here. He is sort of like the middleweight champion of our flock. And, you know, he might seem a little bit bigger because of all of his sort of like poofiness from his just soft feathers. But he's not all that big a guy. And Mika-san, thank you for the wholesome award. Much appreciated. Kagome probably will warm up a bit more to Stormy when she matures more. She should start laying when she is around the 190-day mark. So at this point, we are looking at maybe a month more until Kagome starts laying her own eggs. When Kagome starts laying her eggs, she should be laying 1 to 2 eggs a week. Braveheart is kind of an oddity here. Her breed should be laying 1 to 2 eggs a week, but so far for the last 6 days, she has laid an egg each and every day. And Neuromajor Depressed, thank you for the Hugs Award. And everyone, Neuromajor Depressed says hello to you, Stormy. To you there, Miss Kagome. And to you there, Braveheart. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my. I'm sorry, Miss Braveheart. I interrupted your meal there. You went right for the camera. Oh dear, oh dear. She is a hungry little chickie now. Oh, and Cranium, thank you for the Hugs Award there. She's like, Dad, you got way too close to the screen, to us right now. There you go, guys. There you go. Oh, and Michael, well, they are here live. They have gotten so big, but they have been doing so well. I was, happy and pleased to see Braveheart had yet another egg today. So that's 6 days in a row that she has had an egg. There we go. Oh, Arbitrator06. Yeah, well, even Braveheart can get a little bit fussy when I get in the way of food. She is definitely in eating mode right now. I think she probably wanted to eat more yesterday, but I think the pellets might have been getting in the way. So I'm really glad that I pulverized the pellets today. It probably slowed down her eating quite a bit. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt them while they're having such a nice meal. Right now in there is just their pulverized pellets, and I also added some of the sunflower seeds, which I put into the food processor. Normally the sunflower seeds are a bit too difficult for them to eat, so I think this added a little bit extra texture for them. Oh, and I farm feral cats. Well, thank you for the compliment about Stormy. You have Starfire gems and Polish crests. Oh my, oh my. You wanted the silkie, but you couldn't find any last year. Oh, well, hope you find one for this year. All of our future chickies are going to be half silkie chickens because, well, Stormy is the only dad in our group. And Tear in Time, OG, thank you for the rocket-like. Much appreciated there. And the weather outside today is a lot nicer, so the chickies are going to have a bit of time outside. Ooh, yeah. Really, Stormy? Really? You want to initiate mating over the dinner table? That's not polite. That's not polite at all. Or was that your strategy of getting a better position for more meals there? And Michael, I've been a little bit confused as well about how she's producing an egg every day. It's something that we weren't really expecting. The eggs are about this size. I might go upstairs and grab the ones that we have now. But yeah, all of them are nice, lovely, and pink. I've been examining them every day, and there doesn't seem to be any weakness to the shells. There is no malformations. So it appears that Braveheart's nutrition is really good. There's no indication that she has any calcium deficiencies. So I'm just very pleased by that. Tear in Time OG, Stormy almost managed to successfully mate with Braveheart this morning, so it could be quite soon that she might have some fertilized eggs. I'm not sure if this morning was just a random one-off, where Stormy managed to actually get onto Braveheart's back, but then lost his balance. So we'll just have to see. But, oh my, oh dear, Stormy, you should run. Oh, Kagome did not like that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Stormy just tried to say, hey, Kagome, do you want to mate there? And, well, we just saw Kagome's response. Fortunately, she didn't get too aggressive with him. She just showed with her body language what she thought of the idea, and we saw Stormy backed off straight away. Oh, Dad's just laughing at you, Stormy. It's okay. You gotta laugh at yourself. Why did you think that was gonna work? Why did you think that was gonna work? No, she's not even producing any eggs yet. Oh dear, my silly little Stormy. 983A. Chickens can fly short distances depending on the breed. Both Kagome and Braveheart. Ooh, Stormy trying again with Kagome. Ever hopeful today, my lad. Oh dear. Kagome has kind of a stance and a look on her face right now. Oh, Stormy, are you gonna go for a third time? Well, what I was gonna say is both Braveheart and Kagome can do sort of like super jumps with their wings. They can jump up maybe about 5 or 6 feet. Stormy can maybe manage a foot or 2, but that's only because he doesn't weigh anything. Because of his fur-like feathers here, he can't actually maintain any sort of lift like they can with their wings. Oh, I love Stormy's little walk, and I love his kind of dopey little clucks that he sometimes makes. We see him kind of eyeing Braveheart's back, and oh my. Well, he's learned that he needs to get on the back there. He almost got onto Kagome's back. Oh dear. And it looks like our Stormy is just really in the mood for something else other than food today. Mika-san, chickens can indeed get into trees. They prefer low-hanging branches. So if you have any trees with low-hanging branches in your yard and you have backyard chickens, you might want to consider clipping their flight feathers. The flight feathers grow back in about 6 months after you clip them, and it's a lot like clipping fingernails. And when roosters mate with hens, they actually step onto their backs and they hold on to the feathers on the back of the neck with their beak. When they are on top, the actual mating procedure takes about 2 seconds and then it's done. Our Stormy didn't manage to hold on with enough time, and Kagome did not sit down to really allow him easy access. Daily cleanup for the chickens when they're inside is pretty simple. We move all of these blankets and towels away. We do a sweep up followed by a quick mop up of the floors. We dump any trash. We dump the droppings into our compost bin, which can help the process there. And then we set everything back up for the chickies. And then later in the day, we do it again. So that's basically like 20 minutes a day, really, devoted to cleanup. So it's not that bad, especially once you have a schedule going. And yeah, we have moved things about. As time has developed, the chickens now have access to the cat tower. They have access to the windowsill now. They can walk all the way up to it. They have these brooding boxes over there. Their sand bath is over here. And then, of course, their outdoor coop is back outside in the yard. And they have a pretty good schedule now. So, I mean, all chickens are, definitely need to, well, all roosters anyway, need to grab onto the feathers to manage the feet, because otherwise, well, balancing wise, it would be almost impossible for them to mate. Both roosters and hens, when they mate, they basically both just touch their cloacas together, and 2 seconds later, the act is pretty much done. So Kagome's breed is the onagadori, and the onagadori is an endangered breed of chicken from Japan. They are known for their long, lustrous tail feathers that can grow to be more than 20 feet in length, or over 6 meters. Our Kagome's tail feathers right now are about 15 inches long. So her tail feathers are kind of longer than the rest of her body put together. And a few gentle little peeps from them. And occasionally, Stormy can make little, engine noises. He can try to alert us to anything he hears outside. Otherwise, he's just kind of giving gentle peeps. He gives his little, dopey little clucks. And, yeah. So the sound that he's giving, I wouldn't really describe it as a growl. I would describe it more as, I heard something outside and I am alerting you to that. It's not really a sound of aggression on his part. It's more of just a little warning. VG7751, thank you for the helpful award. That is much appreciated. Stormy does indeed crow. He crows more than just in the morning, but he does often crow for us in the morning to say, hey, we are up and we are interested in breakfast. He also crows at night when he hears anything that could be an intruder. He sometimes crows when he's interested not in seeing me, but my partner Lauren. And sometimes he crows when he wants to sing along with someone that he sees on TV. So he is an equal opportunity crower right there. Oh, he does. He can make quite a happy noise when he finds a piece of food that he wasn't expecting. It is this lovely little happy, dopey cluck that he makes. It's just kind of filled with joy. We are not eating any of our chickens. These chickens are our pets. They are members of our family, and they are friends for life. They are not working birds, though. We do appreciate the eggs that Braveheart has been producing. They, are lovely little donations to our family at this point. But it's definitely not required. We got these chickens as pets, as little companions, and we just want them to live long and happy lives. Oh, and I try to have fairly good camera quality. This is a Galaxy, what is this? A Galaxy Note 10 Plus, so the camera should be pretty good right now. Occasionally the quality can dip depending on the internet quality on either the user's end or my end. At the moment, I appear to have a pretty good ping. There we go. We do eat the eggs that Braveheart has produced. We actually had some of her first eggs for Thanksgiving, for our Japanese-themed Thanksgiving. Our chickens go outside pretty much every day unless the weather's really bad. They have an outdoor coop. They have free reign of our yard. Yes, you do. You got free reign of my yard. And so we'd like to call them a mix of indoor-outdoor chickens. We have had friends in our area. We live on the eastern coast of the United States in the nutmeg state of Connecticut. And we have had friends raise chickens, and unfortunately, the raccoons in our area, along with other predators, can be quite, let's say, successful for getting into coops at night. We've seen a lot of attention to our coop at night from some of our raccoons, who are about the size of mid-sized dogs. So we don't want our chickens to get eaten like some of our friends. So they do sleep in here at night, and it has been working out quite nicely. There we go. So we kind of live out in the suburbs. We have about an acre that we live on. We have a pretty big yard for the chickens to go around. We only have these 3 chickens at the moment. For our property, we are allowed up to 8 chickens. In the next few months, we might be hatching 2 eggs. We want to wait until Kagome is producing eggs as well. So we would do 1 egg from Kagome, and we would do 1 egg from Braveheart. Right here in gray is our silkie rooster named Stormy. Over there in black is our ayam cemeni hen named Braveheart. And over there in brown and gold is our onagadori named Kagome. And all of these guys are chickens. They are just different breeds. Oh dear, Warkin 47, your chickens got attacked by a predator bird recently and you're terrified of letting them out. In that case, I would probably suggest largely keeping them in their coops when they're outside. And also, if you're going to be letting them out to be free, I would suggest just standing amongst them. If you are standing with your chickens, it is much less likely that a predatory bird will attempt to swoop down. They will be intimidated by the big human next to them. You could even go to the lengths of putting up a scarecrow as an added bit of protection for them. Yes, when Stormy is fully grown, he is going to have quite the big little fro on his head. Let me get down to the chickens level. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello there, my Braveheart. Yeah. We have given Stormy a few little hair trimmings to keep his feathers out of his eyes. Oh, hello, Miss Braveheart, going right into my lap. Oh, and I love that little dopey cluck of yours, my Stormy. Oh, and I love your little trumpet there as well, there, Kagome. So they spend their nights in here. They spend their days outside. Poop-wise, we clean up after them, and it goes into our compost bin, so there's really not much of any poop in our house, because we clean it up on a regular schedule. Hey, Miss Kagome, hey! Your feathers look so lovely, and that comb of yours, why, it's so rakish, going off to the side like that. And you do have some lovely brown eyes there. Yeah. It's okay, you can keep eating. That's all right. There you go. Just Braveheart saying hello to us. Oh, little tail wag there. Lovely, lovely. Oh, a little flapping from Stormy. He wants to get attention from the other girls. Yeah, trying to say hi to Braveheart there? Lovely, lovely. So Braveheart's just going to eat a little bit more. I think we might give Stormy a little pet. Here you go, my boy. Here you go. So as you can see, we can pick up our little chicken man. There we go. Oh, he is so eager to go see the girls. So I only got a few pets in there. He's got one thing on his mind these days. Oh dear, oh dear. There we go. So they're inside right now because we are doing this stream. This is our daily stream. We have been streaming the chickens every day of their lives. Today is day 164, I want to say. Whatever the title of today's video is, it's either day 163 or 164. We have done a few streams outside before, but generally the quality is not as good. We don't have a very good connection out there. So we do the streams in here just so, you know, they could be a little bit more stable. I've had a lot of really nice moments with the chickens. I like chilling out with Stormy. He's a really lovely lap chicken when he's not distracted by the girls. We occasionally watch some TV with him. He has a little wicker box that he sits in while he does so. We usually like to feed him some popcorn at the same time. He's very into watching TV. He's quite stimulated by it. If he hears someone singing, he will start to crow. Braveheart is just lovely for jumping into my lap without me having to pick her up. And she just loves getting just little pets and just loves just sitting on my lap. And Kagome, well, it's always nice just watching her go about as the leader of the group, maintaining her authority, and then just having her hang out on my shoulder. She makes quite a nice little shoulder bird. So right now, the birds are just enjoying their pulverized pellets right there in their feeder. We mixed in a few sunflower seeds into the mix to give it a bit more texture for them. We introduced the pellets from the crumble just yesterday, in fact. They did not appear to enjoy that. They didn't like trying to break down the pellets on their own. Fortunately, yesterday we also did give them quite a bit of carrots diced up with some Japanese daikon radish. Oh, and Stormy's singing is not all that lovely. Stormy's singing basically is him kind of crowing along. So he is quite loud. He doesn't know how to find a tune, but, well, I guess he does have some passion. Yes, you do, Mr. Fuzzy Butt. Mr. Fuzzy Butt. Hello there, Mr. Fuzzy Butt. Having a nice meal? Oh my, oh my. Oh, and the God Emperor Bob, thank you for the silver award. That's much appreciated there. And they are eating as a little family right now. Just nomming on the new food. So I'm glad that pulverizing the pellets has made such a difference for them. I guess they weren't quite ready to go to the completely adult food, but I was just getting a little bit worried for Braveheart, considering that, you know, she's producing an egg every day. And when you're producing an egg every day, well, that takes quite